Am I the asshole for telling my mom I resent her holding me back because of my sister? I, F17, was one of those gifted kids when I was younger. I taught myself how to read when I was 2.5 and how to add when I was 3, and by the time I went to kindergarten I was reading chapter books and doing second grade math. My sister, 18, has ADHD and dyslexia and was always a little behind in reading and math. Now to the story. My district makes us do placement tests whenever we start kindergarten, and right before the school year started, the principal and my kindergarten teacher called my parents into a meeting. They basically said I was very advanced for my age and wanted me to skip kindergarten and go to first grade. My mom refused because she thought my sister's feelings would be hurt because I skipped a grade and she didn't. They said okay and suggested I be put in the gifted program and go to a different elementary school in the district, like 2 miles away, that has advanced classes and extra support for gifted kids. She rejected that too because she also thought it would hurt my sister's feelings. They also suggested a private elementary school 10 minutes away for gifted kids. She said no for the same reason as before. They told my mom that they wouldn't be able to give me much support if I'm at a regular kindergarten class at their school, and she said okay. My dad wanted me to go to the private school and argued with my mom about it for weeks. He eventually gave up when she threatened to divorce him for not considering my older sister. Fast forward to 8th grade, I'm still very advanced and my dad comes home from work with pamphlets for this special high school for gifted kids. My mom shut it down immediately. They argued more and he gave in again when the threat of divorce came up again. Now, my parents actually are getting divorced and I chose to live with my dad full time. My mom got mad and asked what she did to have me leave her too, and I gave a whole list of reasons, mostly her favoring my sister, and ended it with her holding me back in school to protect my sister's feelings. She argued that she did what was best for both of us and I'm an asshole for holding that against her because now I have great friends at my school. I left and went to pack my stuff and my mom and I aren't speaking, so I wanted to know if I was an asshole. Not the asshole. Jesus, your mom needs to grow the fuck up and your dad is kind of a coward for not doing this earlier. Not the asshole. Your mother shouldn't hold you back just because your sister is not as smart as you. If anything, she should have been supportive of your gifts and let you join advanced programs. That way your sister who isn't as smart might have felt the need to be like you and study more. She argued that she did what was best for both of us. Bovine excrement. If the only option was skip a grade or not, she might have a bit of an argument. But you could have gone to 2 different schools for advanced children. Either one of those would have been best for you, and you likely would have made just as many great friends there as regular public school. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. You don't hobble a child who is ready to stretch their legs and really run because another child isn't. And the argument that you have made great friends so it was all for the best is pathetic, like you otherwise would have been a pariah if you had been in a more challenging academic program? And school is just socializing. The only thing you may want to consider is that your choice reflects not resentment about the past but that your mother would not protect your interests in the future. Hope you get into a great university and never look back. Not the asshole. Your mom didn't want you to get ahead academically because it would hurt your sister's feelings? WTF. Not the asshole. They held you back because they didn't want to hurt your sister's feelings? I guess your education and feelings don't count? Your mom truly did try to stifle you, and I hope that you don't have to experience that now. Y'all out here believing anything. Bullshit. You taught yourself to read at 2.5. Maybe you memorized some books or sight words, but I highly doubt your story of being a toddler wunderkind. Not the asshole. Your mom is the She should have asked questions she didn't want answers to. You did not teach yourself how to read at 2.5. Not the asshole. Your mom is horrible for not giving you a chance for a better education. It is not your fault that your sister has ADHD and dyslexia. I have a brother, and if he was academically better than me I would be proud of him and not jealous. Your mom is playing favorites to protect her daughter's feelings at the cost of a better education. And also threatening divorce during an argument is very shitty. Your mom is definitely the TA. You overtly describe yourself as intelligent. I'm sure you're smart enough to know your mom is the asshole in this situation. I hope you enjoy your Reddit karma, though. As a gifted kid that didn't have access to specific programs or schools, this honestly wasn't that big of a deal. I didn't get dumber or lose anything as I went through the regular program. School stayed remarkably easy and I enriched myself on my own time. You'll be fine. But your mom is still the asshole, because she kept you back out of jealousy. But I swear you haven't lost out on a life of excellence because of it. Not the asshole. This is about the worst thing you can do for your kid that doesn't involve something that would get CPS involved. Holy shit, your mother is an asshole down to the very core of her being. I don't really say that kind of thing lightly. The only reason I can think of as to why she's fucking you over like this, is that she's jealous that she wasn't this super bright, advanced kid, and now she's taking it out on you. This is not a topic that needs judgment. You just want to vent and there are subs for that. Not the asshole. Your mom chose to prioritize the relationship potential of your sister having hurt feelings over your educational needs instead of doing what was best for you and helping your sister cope as needed. I'm a mother of 2 kids and I am appalled at how your parents handled this. I really don't think this is what you meant, so I don't mean to offend, but I want to jump in quickly and say that having ADHD, I say ADHD and not dyslexia because I have no experience with dyslexia, but fuck it, this goes for dyslexia too, doesn't inherently make you less bright, gifted or smart. The school system is made to fail people who learn differently. Those of us with ADHD are made to feel so stupid in school just because we have a different way of learning than other classmates. Also, you are not the asshole, and honestly what your mom did may have also hurt your sister by making her feel like a charity case or something. Was your sister aware that you were held back and why? Not the asshole at all, she willfully damaged you progressing your education because of your sister's feelings? You're right to feel resentful about that. I recommend speaking to someone, if you aren't already, to help you work out these feelings though. You do not have to be a part of your mother's life, but you also deserve to move on and be happy. You are the asshole, you're lying. You don't use tenses correctly. Not the asshole. She willfully damaged your education by withholding the right resources just to protect your sister's feelings. She did real damage to protect against theoretical damage that would have been solved with an age-appropriate conversation, if feelings were hurt. Screw that. I hope you enjoy living with your dad, and you are able to take advantage of every opportunity from here on out. Are you sure money had nothing to do with this? Not all families can afford private school. Also, as clever as you are, I think you can find a way to get ahead regardless of where your parents sent you. Food for thought. Not the asshole. She cannot possibly predict what type of effect it will have on your sister. In the future, despite her ADHD and dyslexia, she has every opportunity to do incredibly well for herself, but it seems your mom is convinced she will always struggle. It's also not fair to hold you back, as I'm sure you have often felt frustrated in school due to boredom of doing things you are too advanced for. This may seem like a very small thing, but it's a real issue and some gifted children end up acting up in class due to it. She is also setting certain unfair expectations for your sister who may unfortunately adopt an entitled attitude if not careful. Saying you made good friends in school just doesn't cut it. How is your relationship with your sister? Not the asshole. There are ways to support a learning disabled child that don't require holding back one that is advanced. Your mother took the easy way and you suffered as a result. And it didn't do anything to actually help your sister, either. She did what was best for herself, not for either of you. Not the asshole. Mom, you did what you felt was best for sister and what was best for you. I wasn't a part of the decision. Dad always tried to support me, but you shut him down every time. I want to stay with the parent who wants what's best for me. Not what's easiest for them. Good luck with whatever you choose to do next because it's finally your choice instead of your mom's. Not the asshole. Anybody with a gifted child should do what's best for them instead of letting them rot and stagnate. Your mother cared more about your sister's welfare than yours, instead of teaching her that life is unfair, or helping her find something she was good at. Only an idiot thinks you can equalize 2 children, especially when they're that different from each other. Hi. 18 female here, with ADHD and dyscalculia, math learning disability. My younger sister, 16 female, has always been advanced at math, like she can do it much better than me advanced. It has never occurred to me or my parents that my feelings should be hurt about that. That makes no sense. You are absolutely not the asshole. Who threatens divorce over their spouse wanting to send their daughter to a better school? Your mother is psychotic. She has some cojones acting like she did you a favor. Not the asshole. Glad you and your dad are free. I was diagnosed with ADHD last year as an adult. I'm also doing a PhD in Chem-Eng at one of the best unis in the world. My father was dyslexic and was an actual self-made millionaire in the 80s. He came to the UK by himself at age 15 in the 50s from Pakistan. I can talk about how much I've struggled with undiagnosed ADHD until I'm blue in the face. It was horrific. Just so awful. But survivable. My point is your mother isn't supporting your sister either. She has been diagnosed. Neither of these disorders means she's dumb. You need support, understanding, and extra time. She's done you both a huge disservice. I would be curious as to what sister's opinion is on your education being stunted to accommodate her learning issues. Is sister that emotional that her younger sister not struggling in school is going to send her into a fit? You are not the asshole. Your mom missed parenting 101, where you learn to parent the child you have and make choices that help them rather than harm them. Not the asshole. Difficult situation. But not the asshole for sharing your feelings and giving an answer to her question. Honestly, unless you went full bitch mode, you're being completely fair with what you said and the choice you made. Meh. 98% of gifted children are now anxious, drunk, dropout adults. Gifted programs are too much pressure. Your mom probably saved you some trouble. Literally a lie. Girls can't be smart. For real though. Skipping a grade isn't too fun. Not because school, but because being significantly younger than everyone else isn't epic. And it also doesn't really do anything, to be honest. I'm still way ahead in all the STEM stuff. Therefore still bored AF. And I'm sure I would have sucked just as much at all the dumb subjects as I do now. Not the asshole as the gifted kid in my family. I would be so furious for being held back. I wish you the best. I skipped a grade into my older sister's class and went all through high school in that situation. It has negatively affected our relationship for the rest of our lives. My youngest is more advanced than my oldest. But my oldest is just as smart, just doesn't apply herself. I don't make one feel worse. We talk about it. I have them in therapy so we as a family can work through these things. Because parenting is hard. My point is, your mom did go about all of this the wrong way. And she has no remorse. So please continue soaring. Not the asshole. Yeah right. Nah. Skipping grades is not always a great option, even for gifted kids. It can, and typically does, lead to stunted emotional growth and can be quite lonely as well. You're in the driver's seat now. Be the person you needed when you were younger. You take your feelings and hopes and dreams into account, and you go for it. Don't look back. You accept any programs, scholarships, etc. Spread those wings and you soar, and by all that's holy, do not let your mother take credit for any of it. Do not go back where she can gaslight or guilt trip or even underhandedly hold you back. As the daughter of narcissistic, neglectful parents, I'm rooting for you. Sending you a virtual mom hug. Post an update please. Op. You claim to be gifted but you're mixing up your tenses all over the place and your punctuation is almost non-existent. OP's mom. Repeatedly leverages threat of divorce to retain absolute power in her marriage. Repeatedly prioritizes feelings of one sibling over the other sibling's educational opportunities and potential for success. Also OP's mom. Why is everybody leaving me? Not the asshole. Leave that mom and go stay with dad forever. Raising hands. Medium light skin tone. Info. Was your mom, parents supportive of your sister and getting her the help she needs for her disabilities? X. ADHD coaching, therapy, meds, IEP meetings. Etc. Info. How are you 17 and only in 8th grade? Not the asshole, but I went to a magnet school as a gifted kid. It fucking sucked and didn't help that much, to be honest. Your mom was using the threat of divorce to control your dad. Does she use threats and withholding to get her way usually? Not the asshole. Your mom doesn't sound like a very good mom. Not the asshole. She did what's best for your sister. Doing what's best for you would have meant going into the gifted program. Period, and making sure your sister came to terms with it. You would have had great friends regardless of the school. It didn't hinge on your original school. So, your mom aggressively academically kneecapped you because big sis couldn't keep up, and she's wondering why you're going with the parent who at least made a pitch for supporting your academic well-being. You are not the asshole. Hope you get to successfully explore your abilities as a student to the fullest from here on out. Op. Not the asshole. She argued that she did what was best for both of us. Most likely not. She did what she thought was best for your sister. Although I wouldn't dismiss completely that she feared that catering to your abilities might hurt the relationship with your sister, because that could also be viewed as favoritism only the other way around. Fact is, Your mother avoided to parent you both the way you would have needed. And threatening her husband with divorce to get her will doesn't speak for her. That is a pure asshole move. Not the asshole. Your mom doesn't like being confronted with the truth. Best of luck in your future with your dad.